Hello, so we're back, and this time we have a nice laptop to repair. This is a gaming laptop, MSI GE76 i7 and RTS graphics. For some reason the customer didn't let me know actually we don't have front bezel over the screen. Anyway, the laptop, it is dead. Pressing the power button, nothing. Dead. Let's read the customer email. So what the customer is saying, I'm writing you regarding the laptop MSI G76. It doesn't turn on at all. Could you please take a look at it? Then usually when I'm seeing the customer name, it's a Romanian name, I'm continuing the conversation in our language. Then the customer, I will translate for you, say, thank you, it will be great, you can fix my laptop. I sent it to Coris for repairs 1 week ago, and I didn't get like a repair price. They said they are waiting for a answer from the MSI. I called today and I asked them to send the laptop back. So basically the laptop has been for repair to Coris, but from what I know they are not doing motherboard repairs. But maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, just correct me. Probably they asked for a motherboard replacement or something like that. Anyway, let's open the laptop and let's have a look. Maybe we can help the customer. Really doubt it because it's a gaming laptop and we know the story with the gaming laptops. But who knows? Who knows? And the laptop, it's open. Yeah, that's a nice motherboard. The battery is disconnected. So I'm assuming someone checked actually the motherboard and the motherboard is shorted. Or where we can check the main power rail. I don't want to be funny, but where is the charger? This is the charger? Or this is a broken USB port? This is the charger, right? No, I don't have the charger. No. I usually tell the customer to don't send the charger. Okay, that sucks. I can't find a power supply to check the main power rail. I mean, here you have few power supplies. Yeah, I think we can check here. Good. So the main power rail is not shorted. Huh? Main power rail not shorted. So the main power rail is not shorted. Let me check what we have here. 2 pins together and 1 pin, which is, yeah, probably some charger ID pin. Okay, let's be sure the main power rail is not shorted because it's kind of like unexpected. Or it is expected. Probably the customer replaced the screen and yeah, he didn't disconnect the battery and the laptop died. You think that's the case here? It can be. Here is no short. Here is no short. Here is no short. You know what? I don't think this motherboard is shorted. Let's plug the battery. Now let's check the voltage on the battery. So the battery is supposed to have 17.4 plus, and we have 0 volts. That's great. Let's go with the power supply. Let's charge the battery, and the battery is taking nothing. Huh? Why the battery is taking nothing? Because I don't have ground. Okay. Now I understand. Good. 180 milliamps. Why only 180? You think the battery is fully charged actually? Let's check the voltage now. So the voltage is 2.3 volts. Huh? Wait a second. Actually, the battery is dead. That's the issue. Lowering the voltage. We cannot raise the current. That's the problem. So 170 milliamps is going into the battery. Do you think? No, it's going into the board. 170 milliamps. Yeah, the AC chip is dead. Probably the chipset is dead. Let me start the thermal camera. Yeah, the screen has been replaced without disconnecting the battery. Good. So I'm gonna come with current onto the battery. And what is that? Here's something. 1 second. This thingy, this, which is this. But here is nothing. One more time. Check that. Exactly here. Here on the other side of the board. So what can be there? Okay, let's check, because if that's the EC chip, also the LDO power supply should get hot. But I can't see anything else apart from this. How can we figure it out? Because I don't want to take the motherboard out if the EC chip is shorted. No, I'm not gonna replace the EC chip. No, I'm okay. I'm fine. You know, when you disconnect the screen, usually you kill the chipset. In this case, the EC chip is dead. So, yeah, also the chipset can be dead. So let's see, this coil is fine. This one is 20 ohms. This one is fine. This one is fine. This one is fine. Let's see the chipset. 069. Huh? The chipset is looking good. Here is fine. Here is ground. The chipset is looking good. What we are doing on this case? Why this coil has 20 ohms? This is not near to the CPU or GPU. Do you think it's the RAM? Here you have 20 ohms. Yeah, it's the RAM memory. Can't believe. No, it's not the RAM. 20 ohms. Yeah, that's the RAM. 0 ohms. And here, nothing. 20 ohms. 20 ohms. So the easiest way to check is from this capacitor to the coil. And we have 0 ohms. That means the voltage on the RAM memory rise, yeah, and kill the CPU memory controller. That's what it means, yeah. Living on one side, actually we have a dead DC chip there. And we have nothing. Wait, what? You think the RAM is shorted? This one, 40 ohms. You think this is DDR5 and that's how DDR5 looks like? Has such a low resistance? Can be. So each RAM has 20 ohms. No, 40 ohms, sorry, 40. That's why we have 20 there. Yeah, you know what? On the opposite side is the chipset. So check here. Yeah, you have this bit. You can see this cut here. On the other side is the chipset. Wait a second, it's not the chipset. Because we have on this side, somewhere here. So on this side, probably is the LDO power supply, which is here. Right? Yeah, must be from that screw down. From that screw down, yeah, somewhere here. Yeah, exactly. So the LDO power supply, which is this chip, is getting hot because the AC chip, it is shorted. The AC chip, it's a E&E chip. I'm not sure if I have it. So we are like 2 or 3 weeks later, not sure how long. Anyway, I took the board out. I spoke with the customer, and I tell him the options he has. When I spoke with him, um, I tell him I cannot take the risk on replacing the AC chip. I don't know why the AC chip died. The AC chip is like we found it from the France. You remember, it's a guy which is programming this kind of AC chip. It's like 66 euros with the postage like 70 euros. No, I cannot take this risk. Yeah, maybe you have a dead chipset. I'm losing the money, but the customer agreed with the price. Then I did some research, yeah, and I found on the AliExpress the chip blank, yeah, blank chip. It's about $20. And doing my research, actually, I could not find a solid information if this chip has to be programmed or not. Some people, they say they feed the chip and work straight away. Some people say the chip has to be programmed. So because the customer agree with that high chip price, I just for the love of the content, because I want to find out if this chip it will work if it's not programmed. So I bought this one, but also I have from AliExpress same chip program, yeah, chip for the board model for $41. So I could easily buy this one instead of paying half price and buying the blank one. But I want to see if it's working, okay? So I got the chip today, this one. I took the board out because I need the motherboard the serial number. Then I needed the chip, actually, what chip it is. But I didn't check actually if the chip is dead or not. So I'm gonna check now just to be sure the chip is dead, and we're gonna replace the chip and see if it's working. So we will know if the chip has to be programmed or not. So this is the EC chip. Let me grab the multimeter. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is shorted. I remember the LDO power supply was getting hot, right? Capacitor 2.5 ohms. It's not even point coming with the power supply and all that kind of stuff. Clearly the EC chip it is shorted. You know what, let's check. Let's be sure actually the EC chip is shorted, because we didn't see the EC chip getting hot. We seen the LDO power supply getting hot. I mean 99% is the EC chip. So I'm gonna come with the power supply. 1 volt thermal camera. Where is the thermal camera? So we have the thermal camera, and I'm gonna come with my power supply exactly on the same capacitor where I check here, right? And what is getting hot? What is getting hot? It's a capacitor. No way. 4 amps. 1 second. It's too much current. No, actually here is ground. Yeah. Here. Check that. Check on the thermal camera. The AC chip is getting shorted. You can see. Yeah. So the AC chip it is dead, like I said. And here is a confusion because the people, they all go straight to the chip which was getting hot, which I'm assuming is this one. Probably not. Probably it's not this one. No, this one. So this is the 3.3 and 5 volts LDO power supply, and also big power supplies. Yeah. When the people seeing this chip hot, they will think, okay, this chip is burned, but it's not. It's the output which is shorted. Okay, great. Let's replace the AC chip. I'm gonna heat the chip a little bit. I need a big nozzle. Yeah, like this one. So heating the chip 480 degrees. KB9548 GF2. Yeah, the chip it is getting hot. Great. Now let's come with some rosin. Rosin is good for this kind of jobs. You need a dense flux. So you can have like, you know, all solder balls to be perfect. Yeah, the board is sucking the heat badly. Pin number 1 there. So you see 480 degrees, and look how long it's taking for the solder to melt. No, it's not, it's not melting. And nearly perfect. I mean perfect, but nearly perfect. Yeah, I have one solder ball which is too big. I screw it up. I should wait more. You see which one? This one. Yeah, this one is here. Okay, that's fine. Let's get a new chip. Now, when I'm saying 480 degrees, yeah, don't think actually the chip has 480 degrees. Just because you are coming with 480 degrees on the chip it will not have 480 degrees. The chip it will have the motherboard temperature, yeah, because main cooling of the chips is actually the board itself, including, you know, the CPU, GPU, and yeah, good. So we have the chip, which is here. I mean, nothing can go wrong if we have bigger solder balls. Yeah, more liquid rosin. Good. Pin number 1 there. Great. Now the chip position is very important. I'm not sure if I can get because we have solder balls on the board. It's not sitting on the top of the solder balls. You know what I mean? So it's tricky. It is. It is. The chip doesn't want to sit on the solder balls. That's the thing. Yeah. Let's try like that. Let's see. Nah, it's not getting solder. Huh? All I need for the chip is few solder balls. Yeah, it's done. It's done. Yeah, it's like solder already. That's all what we need. Few solder balls to get solder, and now we can solder the chip properly. You see in the chip moving on his place? Yeah. So now the chip it is soldered properly on place. Cool? Yeah, it is cool. Good. So the chip it is soldered. Cooling down the chip. Let me make some space here because that's how I love the laptop. Yeah, yeah, the chip is already cold. So we need a keyboard. We have the keyboard, the Wi-Fi antenna. Good. Okay, the heatsink is back. We have the fan connectors. The last time I didn't took the board out in the first part of the video because I didn't know actually if the customer will agree or not. Not with the repair price, but with the fact he has to pay for the chip even if it's not working. So I passed the risk on his side just because the fault makes no sense. That's the only reason. And if I remember, one second, if I remember, yeah, the screen has no frame, huh? But the customer said, wait, no, now I remember the story. No, now I remember, yeah. So what the customer said, he said he replaced the screen, the laptop worked for 2 weeks, then the laptop died. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, that's what he said. So a lot of surprises can happen. Can happen like the laptop is starting and is dying again. Can happen. How we can test it? With the battery. Hmm? Because I don't have the charger. Wait, actually, I do have the charger. This weird one. We have the charger from the customer, but we don't need it, right? We have the battery. Okay, so plug in the battery. Let's see what voltage do we have. So the voltage on the battery is 0 volts. That's cool. Let's charge the battery if we can. Charging the battery, and the battery is taking 300 milliamps. The fan is spinning! No way! The laptop is taking like 1 amp. Okay, it is charging. 2 amps, 3 amps. We are charging the battery with 3 amps right now. No, it's off. But I seen the fan spinning. It was spinning, right? Okay, so we are charging the battery, yeah? 16.6 with 3 amps. And without current, it's getting dropped to like 15 volts. Should start with 15. Okay, you know what? Let's go to 4 amps. But nah, it's too much. The voltage is going to like 17, 16.7. Actually, it's not that much. Yeah, 17 volts. We are charging the battery with 4 amps. I'm pretty sure this battery can handle 4 amps. Just give me a few minutes to charge the battery. Okay, it was like a minute, but I don't have patience. I want to see if it's working or not. Let's try it. Let's see if it's working. So power button is here, and the laptop is not coming on. No way. Come on, we seen the fan spinning. Ah. Nah, the chipset is cold. It's cold. The voltage on the battery. Yeah, we should check if the battery is charging, right? That will be a sign. Actually, the ACGP is good. So this charging port, it's weird. We have one pin. This is the charging port. Looks like a USB. Well, let me check. So on the charging port, we have 2 pins together. Yeah, and the middle pin, which is plus. Yeah. Let's go with the power supply. 19 volts, and let's see what will happen. Ground. And it's taking some current. It's charging. That's crazy. Check on the screen. 2 amps. That's charging current. It didn't start with 2 amps. It's not that current. It was starting with low, then go up to 2 amps. It is charging. Which means the ECG probably already got the firmware inside, right? Huh. Let's try to start the laptop. So let's say like that. Yeah, we have the laptop. I'm gonna raise the current to max 5 amps. We have ground and we have plus. And it's charging 2.8 amps. Wait, it was not 2.8, it was 2 amps. Yeah, my concern is the chipset. The chipset is one. Pressing the power button and nothing happened. Why nothing happened? Because the chip is not programmed? Nah, nothing. Check that, nothing. But how is charging? Because obviously the EC chip has to have some firmware inside in order to charge. And why is taking 2.8 amps? One more time, 2.8 amps. It was not taking 2.8. It was 1.9, right? I don't even know if this current is going into the battery. Where is the thermal camera? So with the thermal camera, the chipset is on. You can see the chipset. Yeah, the chipset, it's alive. It's on. Here, somewhere it's a lot of heat. I can't see the charging coil. That's the thing. Let me disconnect the battery. Nah, it's going to check that. You see the current sensor. So the current sensor, you can see is hot because it's a current sensor, yeah? And this current sensor is on serial mode with the battery. So the power it is going to the battery. And yeah, this is the charging coil and MOSFETs. Oh yeah, I can feel it. Yeah. But the chipset it's on. And it's looking good. I mean, you can see the heat, it's uniform around the capsule. You can see it's not like a spot. And now it's taking only 1.4 amps. Why? Why this current change? Only 1.4 amps. Why is taking only 1.4 amps? Let's see, the laptop want to start. Pressing the power button, nothing happened. I don't understand. The fan starts spinning, if I remember. So one more time, it's taking 2.8 amps. It's not working. I press the power button and nothing happened. And the keyboard it is connected. Okay, no sure what should I say. The laptop is not starting. And I don't know why. It's not starting, that's not an issue. It's not reading the power button, and that's what it's weird for me. It's not reading the power button, which made me believe actually before thinking something else is faulty. Still, the ECHP is not doing the job. It's not reading the power button. Okay, something interesting, yeah? So the board is not working, okay? It's charging fine. We seen the chipset is coming on, but nothing, no power, nothing. I got the ECG firmware. I can try to program by the keyboard connector. Never done it with SVOD. I don't know if I can do it, but I do have the EC firmware. But I spoke with a guy from our Discord. We have good people on our Discord, and he said he sold someone, a good guy. He said a brand new BIOS, because the BIOS is like a SSD, and the BIOS is getting installed like you install the Windows on a SSD, has partition and all that kind of stuff. So if you write a new BIOS, the new BIOS it will force to write the EC chip. So we're gonna try that. I have the BIOS here and the EC chip. I'm gonna try the BIOS. Yeah. So let's read the original BIOS, then write a new BIOS on it. Yeah. Just give me like a few seconds. Okay. So I have my interface. This is the BIOS chip. Pin number 1 there. I will read and program the BIOS chip with the Pogo pins adapter. So on this way we don't have to desolder the BIOS chip. Okay, so the chip has been identified with 3 volts. Okay, 3.3. Okay, we can't do it. Yeah, the problem I have is the M2 slot is next to it. That's my problem. So not sure how can I do it. How can I remove the BIOS chip? And the chip is out, I can't believe. Actually, I managed to take the chip out. Huh? So we have the BIOS chip, yeah? Okay, so I'm like 1 hour later, and still trying to read the BIOS chip. I can't. So I believe this BIOS chip is faulty. Not sure why, but didn't work with RevelProg, was detected, but I could not read it. And with the SVOD, is doing the same thing. So check pins okay, yeah, so it's detecting the chip. Read ID and give me some error, the IC not responding. So I believe the chip is faulty. How the BIOS chip got faulty? No idea. But it is a 3.3 volt chip. What can I do more than that? No, we need another BIOS chip. The BIOS is not good. And no one worked before at the BIOS, remember? Weird, proper weird. So I will try to find another BIOS chip. Yeah, I don't have the original BIOS anymore, so I don't have the laptop serials. Yeah. Well, it is what it is, yeah? Let me grab another chip. Let's remove it, program, and hopefully it will work. And we have a working BIOS chip. Yeah. Let's do it. Wait, let's be sure I'm not mixing the BIOS chips, so this one has to be soldered on the board. And the chip, it is soldered in place. So how about now? It will work? That's my question. All back in place. I'm gonna plug the battery. But I'm gonna come with the power supply because you remember the chipset was coming on when I was coming with the power supply. And it's taking no current because I don't have a proper ground. Yeah, possible. Yeah, now we have ground. And the laptop it is charging. Well, still we have that light there. We should press the power button. Pressing the power button and nothing happened. No way. Why? We found a faulty BIOS chip. Okay, it's not working. I tried to program the AC chip. We have the SVOD programmer. I found a motherboard exactly for this model. Check pins okay, yeah, so the connection is fine. The GND is plugged. Power on the motherboard. So powering on the motherboard is on. You can't see the current, right? No, you can't see it. You can see it now. You can see the motherboard is taking current. And read ID and nothing happened. You can see I get an error. So I'm not even sure what is the problem. Basically, when you buy the programmer, is no support there. Yeah, even this one or the Vertianov, they have Telegram groups, and basically it's up to them if they want to answer to your question or not. I asked on the Telegram today, and the guy said, I just have enough searching for the links for the video link. I believe he said it's a video link. He said, just go and check on the messages. So I spent like half an hour checking on the Telegram group and I couldn't find anything. So be prepared. If you buy the SVOD, you have no support. Basically, if it's working, it's working. If not, it is what it is. That's why I always said it's not worth it. Because cheaper laptops, they probably the customer they will not pay the price to fix them, and the expensive ones, where it's a gimmick on the programming, you have no support. So we are like 3 weeks later, and I got the program chip from the AliExpress. Let's see. I'm really curious if it's working. This was quite a long job. I mean, this is from over 1 month here, the laptop. Nearly 2 months. I mean, I'm curious if they are selling, legit chips on AliExpress program. Yeah, because that's the idea. And finally, we reach the chip. And the chip, it is there. Good. Let's go under the microscope. And here is where is the chip is supposed to be. And our chip, which is supposed to be programmed. And solder balls are nice. All are there. So we're gonna solder the chip position like that. Good. A little bit of liquid rosin. Perfect. Yeah, let's do it. Hot air, 480 degrees. Chip position like that. As you can see, I'm holding the chip till the solder is getting melted. Then I will release the chip. Yeah, now I can release the chip, and I'm sure the chip, it will not run away from air. And the chip move to his place. You seen that, right? Perfect. I believe the chip, it is soldered on place. Still, for me, it looks like slightly on that side, but maybe it's because of the microscope. Cool. Let's test it. I'm gonna cool the motherboard. I don't remember much about this motherboard. Not sure where is the power button. On the keyboard? Probably it's on the keyboard, right? But yeah, let's test it. It's not annoying. It is. Touching the things, thermal paste, thermal putty. Now, one is the keyboard, but the other one, what it is the RGB. I'm assuming it's the RGB. Cannot be touchpad. No, this is too big to be a touchpad flex cable. The last to be plugged in is the screen. And now we can plug the battery. So, plug in the battery. I'm just curious if it's coming on, that's all. Pressing the power button. And nothing. Do you think actually the battery is discharged? So the battery has 0 volts. Interesting. Let's charge the battery a little bit. Well, you can see rosin here on the BIOS chip. We play with the BIOS chip. We found a faulty BIOS chip, if I remember. What BIOS did we put there? I swear I can't remember. I have such a bad memory. And the board is taking current and it's charging 3.3 amps. Check there. 3.6 is not too much. Lol, the CPU is mad hot. Okay, now it's cooling down. Okay, let's put the heatsink. I burned my finger. Hot CPU, it's a good sign. Now it's taking 2.5 amps. Pressing the power button, 4.1 amp. We seen 4.1. The board is start, which is good. 4.1 amp. I have a current limit. The fan is spinning. Check that. I have current limit. The power supply is clicking. This is not spinning. Probably doesn't have to spin. It's the GPU one. I have a current limit. Do we have any picture? It's staying on. It's staying on the battery. The CPU, the chipset is mad hot. Why we have no picture? Caps lock? Caps lock, it's working. No way. No way. Caps lock, it's working. Check here. Caps lock light, which means the motherboard, it's working. Probably it's a screen issue, right? Must be a screen issue. Let's plug a HDMI. Pressing the power button and the laptop, it is coming on. I'm gonna switch to microscope. The fan is spinning. Caps lock is working, but no picture. That's tricky. That's tricky. I mean, I don't believe actually the laptop is faulty. I believe this laptop is not displaying on the HDMI without a SSD. I'm gonna unplug the battery. Let's figure it out what is wrong with the screen. I mean, not sure. How can I take the screen out in the first place? Do you think the customer stuck here? There is something on the back? This is way too risky, I swear. No, I can't move it from anywhere. No. I'm stuck again. Why you will stuck the screen if you replace the screen? What about if you have a problem? You need to send it back. And of course, that doesn't have like any rubber things to pull it. What we shall do then? Because you can't put pressure here, you'll crack the screen. So I'm on the back of the screen, but here is like, it's mad stuck. Okay, it's coming out slowly. This is what I mean playing with fire. Yeah, that's playing with fire. Okay, that was a crack. But not sure if the screen cracked or we just released the screen. Okay. Okay, and the screen is coming out. And the connector is not even plugged in. Or you think I pull it out? Not sure. But let me plug this connector properly here. Oh, you think that's the way how the laptop died? So basically the customer replaced the screen, then the connector came out and short the pins there. You think that's how the laptop died? I mean, it is possible. It is very possible. That's how the laptop died. Okay, let's test that one more time. I'm gonna plug the battery. Okay, it's taking 2.6 amps. Pressing the power button and the laptop is coming on. And now I can take out my power supply. We have picture. That's crazy. Can't believe actually it's working. Skip check. Yeah, we don't need this. No, we don't need this. Can't believe it's working. Ha. So everything went great. And check there, we have Windows. So everything is working fine. Yeah, of course, it's X on the battery because it's nearly discharged, but everything is working fine. Wow, what a journey. You know what? I can understand that connector came out and I have to secure in place. Yeah, like that's the next thing I have to do. I will unplug the battery and that's what I will do. I can understand the EC chip got burned because of that connector which slipped out. But I don't understand how the BIOS chip got faulty. I mean, I can't see any connection. Well, anyway, I'm gonna stop the video here. Probably it will be a long video, but I'm gonna edit whatever I can. Just have in mind this EC chip has to be programmed. Now, from where to buy it program, I don't know, it's up to you, but the seller, I bought this chip. I'm gonna share the seller in case you have this laptop or this chip. I mean, you know, if it's a good seller, let's be sure we are sharing. So this is the seller from where I bought the chip program, this one. You have different motherboard models. What I ordered, it was this one. Yeah, this one is what for this specific laptop. This one you have to get it. But yeah, seems like a genuine trader. Okay, yeah, it's still a lot to work before I'm finishing this job. We need thermal paste. We need to secure that cable. I have to put it all back together. And obviously the rest of the problem is up to the customer. He has to test, benchmark, and all that kind of stuff. Cool, and try to learn the lesson from the customer. You replace the screen if the connector is coming out. The EC chip, I mean, this was a happy case. The EC chip died, but you can have the chipset die. So I'm gonna stop here. I will say thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you like the video, like always, and see you on the next one. Bye. Hey, if you find my content being helpful, don't forget you can support this channel by pressing the join button, and you can get instantly access to our members-only cool collection and Discord private channels for support with your repairs. Also, you can have a look on our United Kingdom eBay, where you can find some cool and unique products, United States eBay store, or our Patreon page. Thank you.